Hey guys, Miscraft here, and welcome back to the NASCAR 2015 Championship Season number 2. There was a voice crack right there. Please don't mind that. But anyways, there's no really need to look at the points. We're almost 100 points ahead. Let's go ahead and head straight into Kentucky. Let's just hope that everything goes well for us here today. Well, here we are in Kentucky. Qualified 16th for today's race. I felt pretty good about my car. I won first practice. I didn't do much second practice, but yeah, green flag in the year here in Kentucky. Everyone with a bad start there. Qualifying, which is bad, and we qualified 16th. So I feel pretty good about this car on the shorter runs, but the longer runs are just kind of meh for me right now. So right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just probably going to chill out for a little while and not burn everything up. So yeah, because I think that was my main problem in last season's race, is I just kind of went for too much too early. And I wrecked the car before I even had a chance to do anything with it. So we're going to try and keep her clean, a lot cleaner here today. And right now we're off to a pretty decent start, I'd say. You know, I'm better on the outside lane. Sorry, Denny, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I'm pretty good on the outside, middle to outside lane. Not really on the inside, because I started to slide up when I get back in the gas. But yeah, it's a very flat track. It's absurdly flat, and I hate that it's flat because this track would be so much better if it actually had banking on it. But with that out of the way, it's a really wide track, so you can get some pretty big arcs into the corners here, and still make up quite a bit of time. One thing I haven't really tried is kind of straddling that apron down there and seeing how that'll work out. It might work, so I didn't try that at all in practice or anything, so maybe it'll work, probably not, but you know, we'll see. Oh man, the AI just don't want to leave each other. They love each other so much they're just staying in a pack for the 4th lap of the race. I feel like it is 2019 package racing right here, because the first few cars, they've pulled away, but the guys in the back, nah, not at all. And you know, hopefully we can actually make our way forward here. Long green flag runs are what's going to help us out a lot in this race, I think. So that's what I'm going to hope for, and hope that all the slower cars, all the ones that check up, will fall back eventually. Right now we just need to keep this car clean, keep the tires on it, and you know, in good condition. So yeah, we're gonna not really take it full speed through the corners. We're just gonna try and take it easy here, and hopefully do stuff like that where we avoid other cars really well. We've made our way up, net gain so far of 2 so far this race on our positions, and of course 14th right now, trying to block a few of these guys so that they don't get runs on me out of the corners. You know, I'm still half a second off the best lap of the race so far, just because I haven't really been pushing it. I think the way to go right now to get around guys is going to be on that outside lane, try to get a pretty good run through the corner, and if they check up, you're not in their way, or they're both ways, both not in your way and you're not in their way, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to say. But oh, sliding up into Jimmy Johnson, he might hit the wall. Nope. We're good. So Michael Annette, I saw, was on pit lane there, and we're up to 12th here. No, almost wrecked it right there, off the front end of Jimmy Johnson. Oh man, this car does not want to turn. I'm surprised we're still holding on where we are, but the car just simply does not want to turn, and I don't know. I'm just wanting a decent finish out of this right now, because that's really all we need to do, is kind of just make our way to the playoffs, and with the 5 wins we have already, with the one that we got last weekend in Daytona, and then you know, the ones coming in the near future, hopefully. You know, there are a lot of weird tracks coming up in the next few races. I'm kind of worried, actually. I don't know, some of the tracks are just weird try to do long green flag runs or clean races on. Like Loudon is one of them. You're going to have Indianapolis, which is weird unless you get long green flag runs. Watkins Glen's pretty good. It's just going to come down to how good you are with error and everything. Yeah, I don't know. This season so far has been really darn good. I think we're on a roll for a second championship. I know it's pretty easy to do, but yeah, we're getting pretty close. I think we are you know, in a pretty good spot here heading into the next few races. Heading down towards the playoffs, and with Darlington and a few other tracks like that coming up soon, I'm kind of worried. Believe it or not, we are actually gaining on Greg Biffle, the leader, right now. We've gained about half a second within the past 3 or 4 laps or so, which is actually pretty nice. We're here on Ryan Blaney, trying to take away the 11th position, and we slid up into him a little bit there, and we're going to see if we can take it off at turn 4 here. Dive way down to the inside here, see if we can get a pretty good run down the banking, and we will. We're going to clear him all the way up to the top. Oh, man, really bad entry, but let's see if we can carry some speed off of this corner. Back to the inside of Blaney. We got him this time. Alright, move us up to 11th position on the scoreboard. And we're climbing up here to Paul Menard. Getting pretty darn close to our pit stop here. Now we'll see if we can get Paul Menard right here in this corner. I mean, actually finding a pretty darn good lane to run to gain some ground off of these corners. And it's working out pretty darn well. And we're going to get Paul Menard right here. There we go. Alright, well, we are coming in this time here. Hopefully no cautions come after now, but we're coming in. We almost got to pass the 17 of Stenhouse, and here's my game plan. Here's what we're going to do here. So you can look, if you look at the tires right there on the side, we only have really mainly right side tire wear. We're going to loosen the car up a lot here, and we're going to see what we can do with this. No repair. We should be good with everything. Maybe it should be loosened up pretty good here. Just gonna take right side tires. Gonna give ourselves a few seconds of extra time on the stop, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do here.
Way to go, boys! Nice pit.
All right, we are off of pit lane here. We're lapped down in 30th, which is not bad. I don't think. I'd still be pretty happy with a finish like this for Kentucky, but yeah, hopefully we don't have anyone who can stretch it all the way to the end, and oh man, we're just gonna hope for the best here in this one and see what we can do. The car should feel a lot better. I'm just hoping that you know, everyone does at least have to pit once. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to what I think is the limit of the fuel window here, just a few laps from now. And some of the guys I was racing around have pit. Stenhouse I've come out in front of. He's just now come off pit lane. It's been about 10 laps since my stop, and the car feels still really good. I don't know why I just hit the wall, but, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, man. So we're now in the top 20, and we're getting pretty close to... we're getting pretty close to the end here. I'm just hoping that everyone has to pit at least once and see what we can do. With the positions and time that we would gain, is that's at least half a straightaway we've gained on Stenhouse just there. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this all works out well for us, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I don't know. Oh, we got a car pitting. I think it might be a Logano here. If it was, I just cancel out the coding for that one. We're up to 17th now. 14 to go, I think, or something like that. And left sides are finally starting to wear. Of course, now after I've actually made the stop and made the strategy call. But car still feels really good. Stenhouse has caught quite a bit here, but I'm not too worried about it because I don't think he's going to be able to catch that fast on us after we get past some of these guys and get back in our rhythm here. So. Some guys that were ahead of us are pitting now. Carl Lidwers I saw on the pit lane, so hopefully we can come out in front of him. Stenhouse is catching pretty darn fast here. He's now about a second behind, but it's still 10 or so to go here. We got a lot of cars that are pitting. And, yeah, I don't know. We're getting down to the end of it here. Stewart into the pits. And all of us that pit early have gone out ahead of the guys who have just started to make their stops. And, yeah, we're back on the lead lap now, which is nice. Kyle Busch still the leader. Boom! Into the wall.
Watch the wall, buddy.
And Kyle Busch out on the racetrack with a little bit of a strategy, with a different strategy than most people that are in the race, it seems. We're inside the top 10 now. Looks like we're definitely going to get one of those. I see some still fast cars on the pit road, now up to 8th. And car's feeling a little tight now for some reason, but not too worried about it. Casey Kane's right there. I think Kenseth is going to be passed. Yep, Kenseth's now 7th. 9 to go. It's time.
Go down low.
And
Looking high.
yeah, we're up in the top 10 again.
All right. Coming low. Looking inside.
Whoa! Stenhouse contact with us there. 9 laps to go, and Kyle Busch with a huge strategy call. We'll get him a really nice finishing position right there for him. 7 remain. Kyle Busch still 22 seconds ahead of us here in the Kentucky Speedway. Still no cautions this race, and I don't think we're going to get one with 6 to go this time by. And now it's going to be a battle between us and Edwards to keep who's going to get this 9th spot. Right now we're struggling a little bit, probably because of my left side tires, but I don't know. We're going to see what we can do here. It's going to be pretty tough, I think. We got 6 to go here. Yeah, I don't know if we do, for some reason, get a caution. Kyle Busch is back on the pit lane. What did he do? Oh, no. What did Kyle Busch do? He just gave up the win. I don't know what's going on with that number 18 car, but maybe they just didn't get fuel in it, or maybe they didn't pit at all. I'm not sure. That's very interesting.
Push harder.
Wow, now we're going to finish 8th unless Carl Edwards passes us. 5 to go here in Kentucky. Gordon now to the lead. Wow, drama at the end of Kentucky. Kyle Busch with an issue. They're 3 wide ahead of us. At least Mike Lynette, Kenseth, and McDowell were. We're finally catching back up to Stenhouse here. I wonder if everyone's tires are starting to get a little more equal here. Probably not. But probably the traffic. But 4 to go this time by now. And oh man, it's getting pretty interesting here. 4 to go. We're battling Stenhouse now for 7th. We're going to see what we can do here. Michael McDowell in a net 3 wide. 4 wide off turn 2. Whoa, man. The contact there with the 19 car down the backstretch to turn 3. 3 to go this time by. What will we be able to do? Contact again. And we're going to slide way up the racetrack here. We still got a pretty decent run off the top side of the racetrack. But we're battling for this 7th position now with 3 laps to go here in Kentucky. Edwards slides up. We are way up the racetrack. Not going to get a good exit here. Right against the wall. And we're going to see if we can pull up to the back end of Edwards here, heading into turn number 3. Oh, barely avoided that front bumper of Michael McDowell. Edwards now ahead of us. 2 to go this time by. And Carl Edwards out front now into the 7th position. 2 laps remain here in Kentucky. And we're going to see what we can do with Carl Edwards here. Ooh, man, we drove it in pretty darn far there without getting back on the brakes or in the gas. And that's the wall for us. And I think we're going to finish in 8th here in Kentucky, unless Stenhouse can do something. But, wow. 1 to go. Jeff Gordon is the leader here. We've been caution-free this entire race. And it came down to who had the best pit stops. And we still only managed to gain total of 8 spots in this race. At least in the positive there. But, yeah, Jeff Gordon, though, through turns 3 and 4, he's going to be your winner here in Kentucky. And we're going to finish out in 8th here behind Carl Edwards. Pretty good battle there at the end of the race. And very interesting to see how all the tire strategy and stuff played. I still don't know what happened to Kyle Busch. But, wow. Amazing. Some of those guys, I actually saw some of the guys that did pit actually on pit road when we took the checkers, so that was interesting. Alright, wow. Top 10 here in Kentucky. That's exactly what we needed, exactly what I wanted. And we got it. So best lap was a 29.4. Not bad for what we were going against here today. I still don't know what happened to some of those guys at pit late in the race. Kyle Busch, he finished 30th. I saw these three pitting on the last lap. You know, I guess they must have had a problem with something. Alright, and still looking at the points again. It's still, it's 90, what, I don't know, 98, 97 points. Now is the gap. It's a long ways back to the guys that are sitting second, third, fourth, fifth. I mean, it's insane. You know, we have 12 top 10 finishes this season, and I don't know what to say. I really honestly don't. It's surprising that we've been this good compared to everyone else this season. It's just been like inconsistent. Some of the fast guys have issues during the race and stuff, like Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Gordon. You know, they have really good races, but they don't have them very often, and that's their main issue. Is that they just simply don't have the racing ability. So they have the ability, but they just don't have the consistency, is what I should say. Well, 5 wins already, only a single pole on the season, with 12 top 10s. We're having a pretty good season so far, I'd say. So yeah, I think the next race is Loudon. I'll be going to that 1 mile track in New Hampshire, and then Indianapolis, and then we got a Pocono again. The next 3 tracks will be tricky for sure, but I'm really happy we were able to come away with an 8th place finish here in Kentucky. Yeah, very good finish for us there. I think that means we have had a top 10 finish at every mile and a half. That's right. I think we've had a top 10 finish at every mile and a half so far this season, which is very nice for us. So I'm super excited for the rest of the season here. We're getting really close to the playoffs and everything, so hopefully those go well. And yeah, so of course, we're up next is Loudon in New Hampshire. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the Magic Mile.